sure you get a little half a quarter sheet with an oval on it and a writing utensil. You can use one of the colored pencils, or if you have your own writing utensil, you can use that. And I just want you to take a minute and just draw inside the oval. Just draw inside the oval. Anything. Okay, go ahead and finish your drawing. Did anyone draw outside the oval by any chance? Okay, so far so good. Okay, so you had the structure given to you, which was draw inside the oval. The structure here, the oval, could represent the outline, could represent the direction to the short answer question, but the answer is up to you. As far as language goes, there are certainly essential parts to the answer that you have to include, but how you phrase that answer is largely up to you. Just like when a student is answering a short answer question or writing an essay, how that student words the essay or how that student words the answer to the question, while he or she is including essential parts to the question, is really up to that student. So when I'm teaching my writing class, I really try to convey to them that yes, there are certain requirements within the structure, but there's also a creativity within the structure. And Ms. Spooner's going to show us a way that students can sort of structure their own creativity within the directions while still following them.
Okay. All right, so what you have in front of you now, besides your design, is the PowerPoint, all the slides from the PowerPoint. So this should be online, but you also have it in front of you to help you out. As Mr. Hall said, you know, my major caveat here is that we have 15 minutes to tell you how to write, and that's, so we're taking one very small piece of it. I'm not talking about pre-writing, brainstorming, any of that. We're just basically talking about the actual drafting stage of writing. So, or not. Oh wait, good. Okay, well we did the activity already, so stop. I'm not very patient. Kind of when we started out, our ideas on writing was that writing is communication. That's very important for students to realize that they are communicating with us in their writing. Writing is a process. It takes more than the 15 minutes we have here. A lot of the students want to just get something down on paper really quickly and be done with it. Writing is creative, even though we've given you a structure. It's organized, and it is an expression of self. There are so many more things we could put here, but we just wanted to kind of throw that out there. Go ahead. Maybe? There we go. And then when do students write? You know, a lot of times you think about it as English class. And there are places in English class that we write. Essays, research papers, journals, things like that, in reading, responses to literature, in social studies and science, research reports and lab reports, and in even the visual arts and drama, they do peer reviews, critiques, things like that. So this really fits into every class your student is in here at Noble Academy. All right, and this is our, this is our brace yourself for writing part. My main thing is when I ask someone in my reading class to respond to a question in literature after reading a short story or a novel, I tell them that the first thing they have to do is give me some background. Put it in context. Don't start in the middle. Act like I don't know what you're talking about. Put it in context, state the basic information that I need to know in order to know what the heck you're talking about. Next is to respond. You know, address the question or prompt, you know, restate it if necessary. I shouldn't have to reread the question to know what it's asking. You've given me background, you've restated the question, kind of addressed that here. Then you're going to evaluate the information. This is where you really put your own ideas. This is where you tell me why. You give me your explanation. Wrap up your ideas. A lot of times in a really short answer, I mean, you don't really need to wrap up the ideas that you've just done, but in general, and evaluate is when you reread what you have written, that's kind of the very quick editing stage right there. So you kind of reread what you've written to check for the content. Did you answer the question fully? Did you include all of this information? Okay. My example then is responding to literature with the Three Little Pigs, because I figured we have probably all heard the story of the Three Little Pigs, right? My question is, why did the first two little pigs run to the house of the third pig? The response was because the wolf blew down their houses. Well, first of all, it's not a complete sentence, so that wouldn't go very far. The answer itself is right, okay? I mean, we can all say that, yes, of course, that's why they ran. And then, of course, I do get really wordy in my answer, but it's, it's an example here. So possible response number 2 is, in the Three Little Pigs, the wolf blows down the first two houses, which are made of straw and sticks. I think I couldn't remember what they're made of, leaving the two pigs stranded. They run to the third pig's house, which is made of brick, so they will be safe from the wolf. Much more complete. If I read this, I pretty much know what the question's asking, and I know the background of the story as if I had never read it. If we go to the next slide, this kind of breaks it down in my color coding. The background is given. The wolf blows down the first two houses, which are made of straw and sticks. Okay, that's kind of the background of what I need to know. Now, I could have gone into more about how mom told them they had to go leave the house and all that, but I did not. I restated the question. They run to the third pig's house, because the question was, why did they? Which is made of brick. My analysis, really deep analysis here, so it'll be safe from the wolf. Then the conclusion, I added this after the fact. The three pigs huddle securely together in the house that the wolf cannot blow down. So obviously, I would not expect this type of an answer for the Three Little Pigs, but it was just to show you that even in a short answer question for a response to an essay, a response to a short story, this is what I'm expecting, a little more depth than, well, he blew down the house, something like this. This just kind of shows you everything that goes into it, word choice, examples, research, vocabulary, analysis, conclusions, and on the outside of it all is our kind of our outline, rough draft.